Good morning, students. Today we are going to see about the microorganisms. All about the microorganisms, about the nature, then the types, the cell structure, all the things we are going to see in this class. So first, let's see what are microorganisms. So microorganisms or microbes, which are microscopic organisms that exist as unicellular or multicellular cell clusters. That is a unicellular that they contain only one single cell, and if it is a multicellular, they have a multiple number of cells. Or what is like a cell cluster means it will be in the form of group, and they are widespread in nature. Everywhere there is a microorganisms, and they may be a beneficial or may cause a harmful effects to a human beings or other living organisms. And usually the microorganisms can be classified into bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae, and viruses. And let's see one by one the different types of microorganisms. So first we are going to see about the bacteria. So this bacteria is a very small in size, and the size ranges from 0.5 to 2.5 micrometer in diameter. And usually the types of bacteria will be in this different sizes, and they are usually unicellular, that is they contain only one single cell. And the characteristics, there may be a different types of bacteria which may be characterized by their size, shape, structure, and arrangements. And usually there are three forms. What are they? They are called as bacilli, cocci, and spiral form. So what is bacilli? Bacilli is a plural word, and bacillus is a singular form. And most commonly these bacillus species are rod shaped, that is like they will be in a cylindrical shape, and which can be vary in their length and their breadth. And this rod that is cylindrical cells may be sometimes may be straight, or they may be slightly curved at the center. The next is a coccus. Coccus is a singular form, and cocci is a plural form. And the last is the least common form, that is a spiral, which where the cell will be curved spiral, like in the spiral binding you'll be seeing a spirally shaped binding. So there will be like that shape. In the last picture we can see the spiral form of the bacteria, and the first picture, that is a cocci, that they are in a round shape or in the oval shape, and the center is in bacillus, that is I have told you that will be in the cylindrical or a rod shaped bacteria. And mostly they will be in the singular or in the form of they'll be joined together and form a different shapes. So when they are in the singular form, they are called as a bacillus, and coccus, and then spirillum. And if they are in the chains, if it is called as a chain of cocci. Then if it is like a cluster, like a bunch of grapes, it is like a cluster of cocci. And if only two are there in the structure, they are called as pair of cocci. Or if it is a bacillus species, they will be arranged in the form of chain, they are called as a chain of bacilli. So next we are going to see about the arrangements of the bacterial cell. So this arrangement may be vary according to the different species of bacteria. So that is we have already seen that is cocci exists either singly or in a pair or in a long chain, and bacilli also in the single cell maybe or in the long chain. Then the spiral, they adhere together in the S-shaped strands, and they are called as a spirillum, like spiral. Cell structure, we are going to see about the structure of cells. Then now what are the different parts of the cells? So first has they have an outer wall or a membrane, cytoplasm, and the nuclear material. These three forms comprises the cell of the bacteria. The outer part, which is made up of the cell wall, cytoplasmic membrane, and slime layer. So the cell wall is the most important part of the cell, which gives the shape to the cell. The different shapes of the cell will be given only by the how the cell wall has formed. And usually the shell wall will be in very thick structure. So they are made up of a protein and complex carbohydrates or polysaccharides. They also contain the large amount of fat or lipid. And what is most important role is it gives a protection to the cell and gives protection to the cytoplasm, also plays an important role in the cell division. So this is the structure of the bacterial cell. So, so this is the outer cell, that is a outer part of the cell, that is called as a cell wall. So what is the role which is the cell wall plays is the first one is regulates the passage of material between the external and internal environment. That is without their knowledge, anything can be go out or getting inside the cell. The next is a cell slime layer, which is like a jelly-like substance which surrounds the bacteria. And some slime which will be the thick and covers the bacteria, which are called as a capsules. That is the slime layer only which becomes very thick and covers the bacteria as a cover. So that is called as a capsule. So this capsule also gives the protection against the invasion of the other foreign substances or foreign invaders. So that is a capsule that surrounds the cell wall. That is a capsule. Then cytoplasmic membrane, which will be present inside the cell wall, which initiates a cell division and controls the entrance of food into the cell and clear the waste products. So what is the initiate cell division means? It helps in the reproduction also, and it helps to control the food in and out of the cell, and also helps in clearing the waste products out of the cell. Then next part is cytoplasm, which is a complex substance and it contains an important part, that is a nuclear body which is rich in DNA, ribosomes which is consist of RNA. So this nuclear body, why we are saying as an important part? Because it is the one which helps in the reproduction of the cells. And this ribosomes which helps in the synthesis of protein. Then another part is called as a flagella. This is a only means of locomotion of the bacteria. That is, they can move from one place to another by only means of this flagella. So that is move means like they can swim from one place to another by the small appendage which is be there at the whole part of the body or at both the ends of the cell. So this is a flagella that they can be there at or surrounding the whole part of the body or at the one end or at the both the end of the bacteria. So this is the microscopic view of the bacterial cell, that they having a cell wall, then the cytoplasmic membrane, then the flagella which is there surrounding the body of the cell, and then at one end they having a long flagella which helps to move from one place to another, that is a means of locomotion. So next we'll see about the growth of the bacteria, how the growth takes place. That is defined as an increase in the mass of bacteria per unit volume of the medium. So how much increase the mass the bacteria can be taken place per unit volume of the medium. Usually it divides by the binary fission. That is simply we can say division of cell. One cell produces a 2 new cells, and then 2 new cells produces a 4 new cells. And we have to take care of some favorable conditions, then only the growth of bacteria can take place properly. They are moisture, pH, nutrition and temperature. These are all the favorable conditions, the factors which affects the growth of bacteria. Okay, next Let's see the remaining part in the next class. Thank you.